Hey everybody, thanks for joining us once again for this video, day number 3 of our 2017 Disney trip as we visit EPCOT. Come along with us on our EPCOT adventure. Now, typically what we do when we go to EPCOT is we head straight for the Land Pavilion because we love going on Soarin', which is in there, and it gets pretty crowded, so we try to go there first and beat all the lines. Besides for Soarin', the Land Pavilion actually offers 2 restaurants, 1 table service that actually spins, and 1 quick service. Also, there's Living with the Land, a nice ride, and a movie with Timon and Pumbaa about saving the Earth, but I still don't yet see that. Anyway, we head down the escalators and we go into Soarin' Around the World, a great ride where you sit in this hang glider type thing and you get lifted up and put into an IMAX-like dome 4K digital projection screen. Here, let the Imagineer tell you what it's like.
Over a period of about 3 hours in my garage, I put a little erector set model together. So I put this model on the table. And I said, how about if we load people here in 3 rows, and then we'll have an electric motor that can then move them up into the screen area. And while they're up there, since we already have this motor, maybe we can move them around, maybe we can swing them back and forth a little bit, and when they're done, we can simply bring them back down to a normal theater environment and let them leave.
So there you have it, Imagineer Mark Sumner explaining exactly what they did with Soarin', exactly how they built that ride vehicle. Here you see it going right up into the air and into the screen. It really is amazing and actually quite thrilling how real it seems when you're sitting in that hang glider up in the air. 2 other things that add realism are blowing wind in your face and adding sense to every scene.
What we ended up with was this aluminum wing. It's built much like an airplane wing that is raised when you sit down, but then just before you lift off, it comes down. Built into that for each guest is a variable speed fan, and it's actually behind them and it's very quiet. And inside the wing, we've designed these air chambers that actually bring it around to the front and will blow wind in your face. We can vary the wind pressure to match the scene. When we decided to add the scents, to add a little extra, we found out that we could take our scent boxes. We have mechanisms that will inject scents, and we actually inject that into each of the fans. So it's not like it's overbearing, it just sort of is in the wind like it would be if you were actually hang gliding.
This ride is truly amazing and full of Disney magic. I highly recommend it. You take off, your feet dangling in the air, and you go all over the world, from the Matterhorn in the Alps to the Great Wall of China and many, many more, until you finally end up back in EPCOT. Here's a short little clip of the experience. After Soarin', we headed right next door to Living with the Land. It's a fun little boat ride. It's part dark ride and part greenhouse tour, and it highlights agriculture and the technological advances behind it. So come with us and enjoy.
I don't know, they look real to me.
In the desert, nature has created a very different, but no less beautiful living system. And while this arid landscape may seem lifeless, it is very much alive.
Like Guguriku. The Guguriku?
Tomatoes, bananas.
Welcome to our living laboratory, where scientists from
There's
now
cinnamon.
into the
Bananas,
future
tomatoes.
Java apples.
There's bananas, tomatoes.
The tropics are home to the for people living in the tropics. Many are rich in vitamins and minerals, while others are well adapted to growing in less than ideal conditions. Lesser-known tropical plants may be as important as the bananas growing on both sides of the world. More than 28 million tons of bananas are eaten annually, making it the most popular fruit in the world.
Fishies are here.
Yeah.
I want me some tilapia.
What's tilapia?
Type of fish.
It's very yummy.
When you cook it?
Yeah.
When you mention farming,
Oh, not tilapia. Look, these fish are called catfish.
raised by fish farms,
There's an albino one.
Like that.
There's some white ones.
Eyes. Look at their eyes. They're different. Tomato. Some are real tomatoes.
Sunflowers. Look, extremely hot pepper. That must be a scientific name. Look at the cotton. See the growing cotton?
Cool.
Hey
while there
there.
are more than 50,000 edible plant species
Extremely
in
hot.
the world,
Those are hot.
Carolina
most of us
peppers.
are only familiar with the handful that
Okay,
make
but
up our
there's
everyday
tomatoes
diet.
somewhere
The
here.
common
Tomatoes
grains
are
growing
over
here,
here.
Hello, Rimon.
maize,
Rimon.
sorghum, and millet, plus
tree.
rice, account for nearly
There's another
two-thirds
hidden
of our
Mickey.
global food consumption. Learning how
Big
to
Mickey.
increase yields of these staples is an important goal of research around the world.
Sugar.
Corn and sugar. Here's the tomatoes.
There's corn just starting. There's tomatoes. Look. See the tomatoes?
So yummy. Wish you could pick some and eat them.
These
Look at these
plants
melons.
are definitely on their way up. Innovative growing techniques like these increase yields while more efficiently using resources like water, fertilizer, and pesticides. Another innovation at work here is our integrated pest management program. By populating our greenhouses with beneficial insects that praise and recycles water and nutrients. With it, we can produce
This is
over
what I found.
27,000 heads of lettuce a year in this one small area.
See? Look at these big cucumbers.
Cucumbers.
You see?
Green cucumbers. You see those?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You see?
Now I do.
Yeah. And here's more tomatoes.
Look at that.
Yeah. More fish.
Which fish is that?
It's like tilapia also. These fish poop into the plants.
The future of
They
agriculture
make it
may
plant
include
food.
innovative ideas like this vertical growing system. Plants grown in this way use a fraction of the space required by traditional growing methods. That saves water and increases production. The aquaponics system on your left combines hydroponics with aquaculture. The fish provide a natural source of fertilizer for the plants, and the plants help keep the
people
water
inside
clean
working.
for the fish. It's another great way to produce more while using less. In our lab, EPCOT scientists are working.
Well, there you go. That was Living with the Land. Now, any trip to EPCOT cannot be complete without a visit to Spaceship Earth. I know a lot of people like to call it the golf ball, but it's not. It's Spaceship Earth. It actually contains a 15-minute dark ride that demonstrates how advancements in human communication have helped to create the future one step at a time. Passengers journey back in time to witness the origin of prehistoric man, then travel forward in time to witness important breakthroughs in communication throughout history. From the invention of the alphabet to the creation of the printing press to today's modern communication advancements, including telecommunication, mass communications, and the internet. At the conclusion of the ride, we also get a chance to design our own future using the touchscreens that are embedded into the ride cars. So come along with us and have a look at Spaceship Earth.
Alright, ready, Booba? Look at that screen and smile.
During your slow-moving journey, your time machine will slowly rotate back and may stop momentarily. When you're safe, release.
You see the screen up there with the blue light around it? You're going to look at that and smile. It's going to take our picture, okay?
On behalf of Siemens, welcome aboard. On the map in front of you, please show us where you're from while we input your time travel coordinates.
Remember when you did it, do you? The second time you did it. You see the screen up there with the blue light?
Now locate the monitor overhead to the right. Make sure your face is clearly visible, then wait for the flash. Good. Sending photo to the future. All systems are go. Linking you now to your guide.
Like a grand and miraculous spaceship, our planet has sailed through the universe of time, and for a brief moment, we have been among its passengers. But where are we going? And what kind of future will we discover there? Surprisingly, the answers lie in our past. Since the dawn of recorded history, we've been inventing the future one step at a time. So let's travel back in time together. I'll show you how our ancestors created the world we know today, and then it will be your turn to create the world of tomorrow. Here, in this hostile world, is where our story begins. We are alone, struggling to survive, until we learn to communicate with one another. Now we can hunt as a team and survive together. It takes 15,000 years to come up with the next bright idea, recording our knowledge on cave walls. There was only one small problem. When we moved, the recorded knowledge stayed behind. Now let's move ahead to ancient Egypt, because something is about to happen here that will change the future forever. This unknown Egyptian pounding reeds flat is inventing papyrus, a sort of paper. Papyrus in turn creates better record keeping of plans, designs, and unfortunately taxes. But it also brings with it the dawn of great civilizations. At this point, each civilization has its own form of writing, which none of the others can understand. But the Phoenicians, who trade with all of them, have a solution. They create a simple common alphabet, adaptable to most languages. Remember how easy it was to learn your ABCs? Thank the Phoenicians. They invented them. The ancient Greeks were great inventors of the future. First, they established public schools, and then began teaching an intriguing new subject called mathematics. And with math comes mechanical technology and the birth of the high-tech life we enjoy today. With lessons learned from the Greeks, the Romans create a powerful empire. To move their armies around, they build a system of roads all over the known world. Rome built the first World Wide Web, and it's leading us into the future. But then we hit a roadblock. Rome falls, and the great library of Alexandria in Egypt is burned. Much of our learning is destroyed, lost forever. Or so we think. It turns out there are copies of some of these books in the libraries of the Middle East, being watched over by Arab and Jewish scholars. Call it the first backup system. The books are saved, and with them our dreams of the future. In the meantime, here in Europe, monks toil endlessly recording books by hand. But that is about to change. In 1450, Gutenberg invents the movable type printing press. Now knowledge can travel as fast as these new books, and travel they do. Books make it easier to invent the future in every field. And the result is an incredible explosion of innovation we call the Renaissance. It seems were just the beginning. Now communication technology races headlong into the future, and soon people all over the world are sharing life's most important moments faster than ever before. Communicating from anywhere on Earth, and in 1969, from somewhere else.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
To send a man to the moon, we had to invent a new language, spoken not by man, but by computers. At first, very large, very expensive computers, but we see the potential. What if everyone could have one of these amazing machines in their own house? There's just one problem. They're as big as a house. The solution comes in, of all places, a garage in California. Young people with a passion for shaping the future put the power of the computer in everyone's hands. Together we form a super network that glows with billions of interactions. And once again, we stand on the brink of a new renaissance. After 30,000 years of time travel, here we are, a truly global community, poised to shape the future of this, our Spaceship Earth. For the first time in history, all of us can have a say about the kind of world we want to live in. The choices we have made for the past 30,000 years have been inventing the future one day at a time. And now, it's your turn. Let's have some fun creating the future, shall we? On your computer screen, answer a few questions for us. Then we'll show you a new world, custom-made just for you.
Where do you like to live in the future? The country. On vacation, what do you worry about most? Pet. How do you want to travel in the future? Solar power.
Well done. Now, along with your answers, let's add in some amazing new technology that we happen to know about. And now I believe your future is just about ready. Let's take a look, shall we?
Welcome to the future. Or should I say, your future.
It's Daddy.
Here in your future, getting away on vacation is a breeze. Your smart suitcase knows where you're going and what you'll need. And with solar power from your home fueling station, you're off. You won't have to worry about your pets while you're gone, thanks to handy household robots. You'll leave your country home in an ultra-light, ultra-powerful towing network family car that can take you anywhere. Since you like to wing it, your virtual travel gives you options for hotels and restaurants along the way. You can just relax and take things as they come. Ultimate workout. Getting there is half the fun, and so your family car will be equipped with virtual tools to teach you about the world outside your window. Customized to your taste. You'll travel quickly and safely to places you can't imagine visiting today. And the moment you arrive at your ultimate vacation destination, you can dive right in to the future.
Is that cool?
The end.
Or Sasha looks just like you.
Of your future.
That might be the beginning of our future, but it's the end of our video. Thank you so much again for joining us. Please join us again next time in our next video for EPCOT Part 2. So that's Day 3, Part 2 to be exact. Thank you so much. Once again, links to all the pictures are in the description, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment on the video, and share it with all your friends and family. Thank you so much, everybody. Hope to see you real soon. Bye-bye.